Hey Scorpio, I've already shuffled the cards, so let's get into your reading. You're going to use the Celtic cross spread, and at the end of your reading, we're going to pull a guidance card, Scorpio. I hope you're all doing well. Mercury has gone direct. Yippee! And so we're going to see what's going on for you in your week ahead, Scorpio. We see this tower energy for you. So, ooh, and we're closing out with that Five of Swords. What you got going on, Scorpio? So, Scorpio, at the bottom of the deck, you have the energy of the Nine of Wands. So, with this energy of the Nine of Wands, you are focusing on persevering and overcoming. Okay, you are maintaining the fight. You are staying a warrior with whatever you're dealing with in your week ahead. So I love the spirit of your energy, Scorpio. Cling to it because it looks like you're going to need it. Nice. All right, let's keep this going. Now, Scorpio, your situation is you're focusing on moving to calmer waters. You're focusing on peace of mind. You're focusing on moving away from conflict, whether that's conflict within your mind or conflict in communication with others. You are focused on moving away from that shit with this Six of Swords energy. Okay, this is mental energy. And so what's on your mind is you got Judgment. And so with Judgment here on your mind, this is a major arcana. What's on your mind here, Scorpio, is that many of you, there is a focus on you needing to make some very important decisions. You may even be focused on having a second chance around something. You may even be focused on rising to the call in a situation. You may even be focused on trying to liberate yourself from something that you're dealing with, that you no longer want to deal with, that you just want, no longer going on in your world, right? That's what's going on in your mind because you want to move on with that Six of Swords. Now, some of you, this also could have to do with travel, okay? You might be focusing on traveling. Or you may need to look at dealing with your transportation. So in the past, you have this Eight of Wands. And so in the past, things have moved rather quickly for you, or you received some sort of news or communication or information. But this is about swift movement, messages coming in, going out for you, Scorpio. Now, what's clarifying this Eight of Wands is you got the Ten of Cups, okay? So the Ten of Cups is about family, all right? So I feel that in the recent past, you have been able to have swift movement with regard to your family. You've also may have even received communication back and forth with your family. You also may have experienced swift movement, experiencing more emotional fulfillment with these energies. And so where you are at right now is this Tower. So the Tower is a major arcana. This is about shakeups. Now, you right now, where you're at right now, can be experiencing some sort of uncomfortable shakeup, some sort of sudden change, okay, that could have occurred with regard to your family, some news that you may have received with regard to your family with that Eight of Wands and Ten of Cups there. Or you may have received some sort of epiphany. So just to look at this Tower a little more closely, you have the Emperor. Okay? So with the Emperor here, I feel that you're, Scorpio, you're experiencing a sudden change and an epiphany where you are taking control. You are getting your power back. You are having more control and authority over your circumstances in your world. And I think that's the sudden change that you are experiencing, is that you are able to manage the circumstances in your world much better than you have been able to do. I feel that the sudden change is that you are being more organized. I feel that you are having more self-control. You are having more stability and order and organization in your actions with regard to how you're taking care of your family and your responsibilities. And so your challenge is now this Nine of Pentacles. And with this Nine of Pentacles being earth energy, this is about being independent. This is about being resourceful. This is about experiencing gain. And with that Nine of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel your challenge is, now that you are operating from a place of more authority, more stability, you are managing things better, you have more structure and order to how you respond, how you act, how you take care of things for yourself and for your family and the things you're dealing with. I feel that your challenge is, with this Nine of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, for you to maintain being resourceful, operating from a place of being independent as you're doing, and maintaining being responsible and reliable in that way, maintaining being methodical and being practical, and maintaining seeing the fruits of your labor, experiencing that gain of you operating in your power and authority, in your ability to organize and manage and plan and have order in your world in a way that you had not been able to achieve, Scorpio. Not as well as you seem to be doing right now. And I feel that you need to take your time and continue to move forward with the power you're wielding now. I feel that you are in a better place at how you're wielding your power. You're making better decisions. You're making better judgment calls. And it's allowing you to feel better, more peace of mind as a result. And you're persevering in your ability to do so. So what's an example of this? So I feel before, let's say it has to do with your bills. Maybe you paid all of your bills and you paid and organized things in such a way that it always left you with no money left. So even though you may have had bills paid and everything might have been taken care of, but let's say it took you, 2 weeks to get paid again. So now you have 2 weeks with no money. Things are paid. But when you have no money and 2 weeks, you have to manage until you get paid again, and then shit comes up that require money, like gas, or maybe you needed something for the house, or whatever could come up that where now money is needed that you don't have because it takes 2 weeks to get it. That can cause you to have conflict in your mind and not really have the peace that the Six of Swords could give you, right? And so when you're able to manage and balance things out in such a way where things are taken care of, but it leaves you with a cushion so that as you move forward, shit happens and you can still take care of things and rise to the call with judgment and stay in a place mentally that allows you to continue to have peace of mind, like the Six of Swords. You find that you can persevere, right, and overcome and still move forward and be okay. And it's not a struggle to wait until you get paid, right? So that brings us to what's coming towards you. Is you got this Four of Pentacles. So what's coming towards you in your week ahead with this Four of Pentacles is you may feel stuck. You may feel stuck. You are still focusing on your stability and your security with this Four of Pentacles. And so with this Four of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Swords. So you are feeling stuck at some point. And there's a need for you to gain clarity. Or you may be feeling stuck about your ability to gain clarity or to have a breakthrough around something. Okay? So something happens, Scorpio. Either it's possible some sort of communication comes in, or there is something that comes up that is an unexpected expense with that Four of Pentacles that actually exceeds the parameter of stability that you've managed so far, right? And so it makes you feel stuck because now there's a need for you to cut away what no longer serves you. There's a need for you to come up with a way to create that stability and security or address whatever the situation is so that you can get unstuck. And that could be anything. It could have to do with your means of travel, right? But what you want to do is you want to figure out or come up with the solution so that this is more stability than it is about you being stuck. So how you see yourself is this Ace of Pentacles. Nice, Scorpio. So this is you coming up with new practical ways. You may even receive a new resource or come up with a new resource because this is you, your energy, and this here is your situation. So this is you coming up with new resources, new practical approaches, okay, that allow you to continue to move on from conflicts and maintain peace of mind or return to a state of peace of mind. And so with this Ace of Pentacles, you have the Four of Wands. So you are the Emperor, Scorpio. You do figure shit out that allow you to have successful completion and harmony. It could have to do with home and family. But whatever it is, you do figure out what actions to take to have that stability. You do come up with that resource, whether that resource is by what action you take or an action taken that allows you to receive some sort of gift that helps you deal with this Four of Pentacles energy that comes up, that you are able to cut away with that Ace of Swords because you are that Ace of Pentacles. You come up with whatever is needed to take that 4 and create that 5, and 5s do mean change. Nice, Scorpio. I'm feeling this. So now how you're being seen is this Queen of Swords. And so this is air energy, mental energy. And with this Queen of Swords, you're being seen as a no-nonsense individual, Scorpio. You are being seen as someone who is clear thinking. You're being logical. You're being intelligent. You are planning. You're being strategic. You're cutting away what no longer serves you. You're being firm but fair. You're using wisdom, knowledge, and experience. And you're being methodical. You're getting shit done. I also feel you might even have a little bit of cold-heartedness to you where it needs to be applied. But hey, whatever works, right? So in your feelings and emotions is you have the Sun. And with the Sun, this is the most positive card in the deck. So no matter what you got going on here, Scorpio, the light is shining on your situation. Positive energy is flowing into your circumstances to improve your situations for the better. So remember that. Now with this being your feelings and emotions with the Sun, you're focused on having fulfillment, contentment, clarity, joy, opportunities, rejuvenation, happiness. You're focused on success. You're focusing on looking at seeing things that all is well and all will be well attitude. You're being positive, but you also, I feel, are focusing on things coming to light for you, things coming into full view, into perspective for you, and in a positive way, that you're rejuvenating yourself, that you're having that clarity. Okay? Now, you also could be considering and thinking about your children, but this feels more like you being in a positive emotional place. Now, we got this Five of Swords energy. Now, Five of Swords talk about conflict. This is mental energy here, okay? Now, with that Five of Swords, you got the Two of Cups. So, here's your outcome. This Five of Swords energy. You may be experiencing conflict in communication with others, Scorpio, in the end, okay? I mean, you are the Queen of Swords here. So this is how you're being seen. And I did say you may be being seen as someone being a little cold-hearted. And with this being your outcome and with the Two of Cups clarifying it, Two of Cups is about feelings and emotions and even dealing in relationships. And you see the Five of Swords is turned away from the Two of Cups. So I feel like your focus is, if you're dealing with anyone where you are not seeing eye to eye, or there are any arguments, disagreements, conflicts, you are focusing on winning by any means necessary. And if need be, I feel like you're even going to walk away. You're not going to allow any defeat for yourself in a situation that you're dealing with. You're looking to either change it by diffusing it. But with this Five of Swords looking away from the Two of Cups, I feel like you walk away. You're not allowing anybody to rain on your parade. You're not allowing anybody to cause any conflict in your circumstances, in your world, or to let you suffer mentally over anything. And also, let this be some food for thought for you. If you do find yourself dealing with others where you are in some sort of battle of communication, argument, not meeting of the mind, not able to be on the same page, remember, don't engage in conflict where you find yourself in mental anguish or fighting with yourself or fighting with others. Walk away if you can't diffuse it. But you can choose to not be defeated in the situation. So choose not to be defeated in the situation. Now, some will win by any means necessary. And sometimes winning by any means necessary means walking the fuck away. So, let's take a look at what your guidance is, Scorpio. What is the guidance for Scorpio, Spirit, for April 8 to April 14, 2019? We're going to take a look at the guidance for Scorpio. What's the guidance for Scorpio, please? April 8 to April 14, 2019. What is the guidance for Scorpio? April 8 to April 14. Thank you. Oh, that just flipped right out. Your guidance is self-respect. Respect yourself. You're the best judge of what's right. Self-respect. Okay? Respect yourself. Have self-respect in whatever you're doing or dealing with, especially as it has to do with others. Okay? Have self-respect. Don't allow yourself to be caught up in anybody else's bullshit, or allow anybody to have you find yourself caught up in some bullshit. Have some self-respect. And even if you want to cause some bullshit, have some self-respect. Okay? Take control of yourself. All right? Stand in your power. Even if the sudden shakeup or change is uncomfortable, okay? You can operate in your own power and authority. and have some self-control and discipline in the situation, and have some self-respect. Okay? And move on. Okay? Because sometimes winning means walking away. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching. Bye.